Shri Gurupyo Namaha. Spurat Adaragalita Muralinaada Sudaya Sura Sundari Ganam Iga Karshayantum Guru Karuna Yarachita Yetat Atilalitam Narayanananda Tirtha Samutirtam Govindamiha Gopikanandakandam Syanandamavaloka Yamo Mukundam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So last time I had said we will touch about Rasa Leela while we were discussing about Lalita Sahasranamam, and just yesterday was Rasa Purnima. So it's a beautiful reminder that I couldn't sleep last night, and I was wondering, and in my house you'll be able to see the moon through my window when we used to go to sleep. So the moon was awake and I couldn't go to sleep. So today is the video. There were a lot of downpours for almost like 2-3 days. There have been a lot of downpours about this topic that we are going to discuss today. So generally they say that spiritualists are very boring, right? We say about chastity, about no indulgence and all that. But of course, the Vamachara path, which is the left-handed path of Amba worship, says do whatever you want. Finish all your desires and then come to God. If you say something is forbidden, let's go through the forbidden route and accept that God is there in that as well. So that has been the Vamachara path. So today we are going to see about Rasa Leela, which can we say as Vamachara path, because again Rasa Leela is Krishna. Okay. We have a very clear picture from Devi Purana where Shiva keeps adoring and admiring the beauty of Amba. And at one point, Shiva asks himself the question, maybe because you're a female, and generally feminine is very beautiful, right? That could be the reason why I'm always adoring you. So probably we will make a Leela. That itself is a Leela by itself. We will make a Leela where you will be the man and I will be the woman, and still let me see if you are as adorable as you are right now. That's why if you see, Krishna is very Shringaram. He has a lot of femininity in him. Excuse me, because I'm not feeling well, but this topic has been ebbing in me and I really wanted to put a video about this. So again, Krishna is Kali, Bhairava Kalike Namostate. And Shiva is Radha and Kali is Krishna. So how we begin and how we notice this was again through my revelation. So I was going through Rasa Leela, and the most important aspect of Rasa Leela is Gopika Geetam. In Srimad Bhagavatam there are many Geetas, out of which Gopika Geetam is when you want to have the darshan of the Lord. It is when Gopika Geetam comes. So when Gopika sing, and I was going through how the emotion was deep, it's like a lot of ladies are there, they are calling Krishna and they say, Krishna, we miss you. It was very just like how, when two people get separated, they think about that. I mean, when you superficially see, that is the maximum that you can understand. Person who has viraha in the heart, oh my God, the separation, the angst, when you really want to see your deity, but the deity is nowhere near. When you want to feel the deity, but the deity is not there. When you want to feel, when you have so much of emotions bubbling in you, but there is no one to show that emotion to. These are the places where we miss the deity. That emptiness is there, right? That was where we last time kind of finished and ended the video. Where it is completely dry and Amba, that spiritual emptiness is where Amba comes and she brings back Bandasura, right? The Bandasuran concept. If you have not watched my previous video, I suggest you please watch that and then come here, because a lot of the concepts that I'll be covering in Rasa Leela will be coming from Lalita Sahasranamam as well, and why Kama had come. Quick gist, I don't know if this can make any justice to a 1 hour video. But a quick gist, Lalitambika's main avatara was, she's the primordial deity who is Adi Parashakti, Adi Shakti. She is coming in the form of Lalitambika to bring karma back into proper action. So I explained last time why Pasha and Ankusha was there. Now you can see Rajashamala. So how she beautifully put Pasha Ankusha on me and she took me to her. It's a beautiful story. Maybe I don't know if I can reveal all that. It is very clear that Krishna is Kali and Shiva. In fact, you would have heard about Ashtamurti. Shiva has Ashtamurti forms. And even in Lalita Sahasranam, we have this term called Ashtamurti Raja Jaitri Logaya Davidayini. Amba also has Ashta Sakis here, Radha. The 8 important Sakis. And in fact, in Rasa Leela, so many other, Leela Shukar has given so many other people who are there as well. But what connected me so much was with that yearning in the heart. Only then if you look at Gopika Geetam, it will make sense to you. Without that earning, everything will just seem right. What is there? Just a few girls, loneliness. In their loneliness, they are calling Krishna. That's all you will know. But only when you have that earning in the heart that he's the Ishta I want to go to, or Amba is the Ishta that I want to go to. She's not coming. What do I do? How do I call her? Only when that earning, when that emptiness and that viraha is there, because the Gopikas who are singing Gopika Geetam are singing out of viraha, that separation angst. Just as human beings, we would have experienced in our relationships, if there is a little bit of separation, how much we feel, right? But because we have phones and connectivities and other stuff of how we can engage ourselves and fill that emptiness, that void, we completely miss the option. We either eat, we either see something, we either talk to somebody, and completely we don't hold on to that void. But in those days, that viraha, what fired their the homagni within them, the viraha, that emptiness, is what placed the deity inside their heart and let them channel their energy. So today's video is also about how the consciousness, when you understand certain things and see with the awareness, like probably if you are slightly blind, if you are not able to see certain things, a little bit of help, an external glass could show a clear image to you. This is something that is going to be like that. This awareness, this video will merely be like an awareness to you. So what is the point that I'm trying to prove here? The first thing, how Bhairava Kalike Namostate thing even came to me, my revelation, was there is a specific Gopika who says, Krishna, you came, you danced with us. Suddenly you just missed. Okay, you went far away. And you know what is my earning? The depth of my earning? I want to take your feet and put it very softly in my chest, Krishna. And while placing it on my chest, I'll be very careful because I know that your feet is so soft. And please don't run from us in this forest, because sometimes, there'll be thorns that will pierce you. Even to place on my lotus chest, I'll be very careful because your feet is even softer than the softest of the lotus petal. So I'll place it very carefully in my lotus chest. Nayana Kamala Ananda Jwalita Mama Hridaya Kamala Nirantara Jagannatha. There are so many people who have read about Rasa Leela, who have shared about Rasa Leela, who have spoken about Rasa Leela, are all deep bhaktas and devotees who have been ascetics, who have lived their life fully in smashana. In fact, the person whose song I sang now, he is very famous for Maragata Mani Maya. My voice is not okay today, so I am not able to sing. Uthukada Venkata Kavi, how he creates his songs are, he sits in the smashana while he's writing songs and he sings. And he doesn't write and share with 100 sishyas. Nadaswara Vidwans, by hearing this beautiful sound, used to go and listen to who's singing some beautiful songs are there, some notes are there. They used to make some notes, take recorders were not there on those time periods, right? So it is through those Vidwans that we are trying to now get some of the compositions of Uthukada Venkata Kavi. And in this song he says, Kalinga Nardana Katita Janardana Kali Kalushat Bhuja Mardana. Kali, whatever the play that Kali Purusha does, Kali, while Kali dances on the Kalinga, completely destroys all what Kali Purusha in his design does. Beautiful song. And he sits in Smashana on near burning dead bodies, invoking that Smashana in his own life, and in physical, he was singing these songs. So that was the starting point for me. And why I didn't know why I suddenly felt connected to that Gopika. And then it came to me that in my house, uh, the the Kali Vigraham, the Adya Kali Maha Vigraham that Gurunatha is doing the puja for, Bhairava, and on Bhairava's chest, Mahakala Bhairava's chest is Adi Mahakali who's standing. So that's the exact depiction that brought me. Gopikas are Shiva, Mahakala Bhairava, and Kali is Krishna. That's why she's standing on Mahakala Bhairava. So it was very beautiful how the Murta and your whatever you study towards starts linking. Suddenly there is an outpour of that energy that I had to place Krishna's feet on the chest. Suddenly at that moment, you know, that Bhairavatvam inside. Ah, Krishna, Kali. So it was very beautiful that way. So Krishna is Kali, that is confirmed. And while I was thinking about these topics, you know, while I was sitting near Amba, this thought also came. So generally they say that in Chidambaram, it was Lord Nataraja, when he placed his earrings, Amba, you know, she couldn't place the earrings like how Shiva took his leg all over the head and then he put his, kundalam. When Amba tried to do it, they kind of shamed her. And there is actually a temple called Thillai Kali, which is very, very close to Natarajar, Thillai Natarajar in Chidambaram. So that Thillai Kali, I had been to that temple and it's actually a beautiful Vigram. I'll try to probably share it here. It's a beautiful temple, like I had gone ages back. And probably she then decided, okay, I'm going to come as Krishna and I'm going to dance. So in this song, again, Udukada Venkatakavi, he says, please don't dance and come because of your dance, this entire cosmos is getting. ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணா உன்னாடலில் இரழு புவனமும் அசைந்து அசைந்தாடுதே பன்னிரு கை இறைவன் ஏழுமையில் ஒன்று தன் பசுந்தோகை விரித்தாடி பரிசளித்திடுமே. And in this he also goes to say that Thillai Natarajar அவர் என்னமோ ஜெயிச்சிட்டாருன்னு இருக்கார். He thinks he has won. Now he has come. He is always in meditation. But you know what? He has come to see how Krishna dances. And then he goes to say, ஆடலை காணத்தில்லை அம்பலத்திரைவனும் தன்னாடலை விட்டு இங்கே கோகுலம் வந்தார். I think, see, it's about bhava, right? How you connect with your deity. So, while I was just thinking, now Kali has invited this Thillai Nataraja. He says, you think you won there? No, come. This is very beautiful. தன்னாடலை விட்டு இங்கே கோகுலம் வந்தார். So, Krishna and Kali and Bhairava and Radha. And if you see, generally, though Amba is in most of the times she's called as Guru Murtir, Gunanidir. In so many, in Lalita Sahasranamam also, she's Dakshinamurti, Swarupini and all that comes. Generally, the role of Guru is taken by Bhairava. It's taken by Shiva. So here, if you see, Radha takes the form of Guru Murti, especially in Gopika Geetam. Because if you see, after Krishna has gone, they actually, the Gopikas find two pair of feet which are there on the sand. And Radha, so all the Gopikas are now thinking there is one Gopi who has gone with Krishna. And now they are all in angst. Who is that Gopi? Who is that Gopi? And Radha is there. She's waiting and she's saying, he has left me also and he has gone. Come, let us now start singing Gopika Geetam, invoking the deity. So it doesn't mean that Krishna left Radha. It just means that Radha is choosing to be there, to be the guru and tell how to reach Krishna. Such a lovely thing. So always Bhairava, our guru, is so benevolent. They stay back and they make sure we reach our deity. So Bhairava Kalike, Namostate, so much of Krishna, Kali and Bhairava have been done. So this Bhakti Bhavam is one important aspect while we are talking about Rasa Leela. What you have in your heart has to be so secretive. And at multiple instances we see this. Majority of the deities are the only tell us, and the stories of the deities only tell us what has been the bhava between the bhakta and the deity. So it has to be very secretive. Even there are a lot of namas in Lalita Sahasranamam where it says Guhyam, pray to me in a very secretive manner. Everything has to be very secretive, very secretive, very secretive. And in fact, Lalita Sahasranamam was the most rahasyopari maharahasyam. And because it is Kali Yuga, without an Diksha, you were not supposed to chant Lalita Sahasranamam at all, because there are multiple aspects that will talk about Kundalini energy raising, which without a guru one should not actually venture into, because I have physically seen through my eyes what it can do without a guru. So it is very important to have a guru. For some people, though our Paramacharya had once in some of his Sishyas had mentioned that it is better not to venture into Kundalini rising. But if you actually now see, there are so many people who teach about chakras, who teach about Kundalini rising. Things have become very common. And everything has done for a reason is what I believe. Everybody can talk about chakras. Everybody can start taking classes. My goodness. Everybody, if you feel that you have something, you're free to offer. That's how you're all watching my videos now. So, empowered by Guru. Guru is very important. And Lalita Sahasranamam, now nobody can go back and say that without an adhikara you cannot say Lalita Sahasranamam. Ambal has made the choice that all the barriers are broken. Rather than this diminishing and waning, let this be broken, so that Nama is the only way through which people can come to me. Sahasra Namam, 1008 names. Nama Japa. So, when we take japa, it's very important that we take bija of single mantra and then put it deep, rather than taking 1000 deities, 1000. That's why they have given 1000 names for the same deity. So even if the deity has got multiple forms, take one deity, one mantra, one form, and go deep. We've already seen other forms and we have now come to one form. So that is also very important. The reason why I'm also bringing this, I'm sensing why I'm bringing this, is also that how chastity is very important. Now, the sexual energy, that's what we've been discussing in our previous videos as well, right? The sexual energy for a women is not the same like how it is for a man. If you see, the womb is almost compared to that of earth. So in a place, in a pot, let's just take for an example. In a pot, if you are putting multiple seeds, which will grow? Now we can say the strongest will grow. But if you put one seed and allow it to germinate and come out better, don't you think it will be faster? Don't you think it will be much beneficial for the seed as well as for gaining the fruits? Your concentration for which tree to give importance to, because I believe also each tree, even in that matter, they like a certain type of soil, certain type of nutrient and rich, right? So depending on that soil, depending on who you are, depending on where your karma is, it is better to take one mantra and dig deeper, one form and go deeper. So that's why 1000 namas are given, 1000 namas of the same deity. So why this is coming up is also for a woman, she doesn't lose sexual energy by just having sexual union. There is one more aspect. And if you have seen my earlier videos, like the one which I had posted maybe 3-4 years back about self-love, sex and super consciousness, I guess. Communication, yes. Those three are the topics that I'm bringing again now. So, for a woman, the sacral is connected very much to the heart and the throat. So, if you see what a woman longs is, um, this is also coming in lot of the shlokas, in lot of the songs also. If Krishna is always thinking about me, that is the point that gopikas are asking. பொழுது மிக வாச்சுதே என்னை விட்டு போன கண்ணன் வர காணேனே உழுவென நான் இங்கு புலம்பி துடிக்கையிலே பூவையருடன் அங்கு பேசி சிரிக்க போமோ. So, they are all longing if Krishna will be thinking of them, thinking of them, thinking of them. That longingness, right? That's what a woman actually seeks from the person, from the partner. Because they keep longing for the partner. It's always like you are expecting something because you are giving it, right? So, that is the sexual power for a woman. What is that sexual power? I had in the earlier videos mentioned that sex to super consciousness, right? That super consciousness is realizing and absorbing. Now, if you want to say that I want to live life in a very jolly manner, I have come and I want to watch a lot of videos and become fans for a lot of heroes, hero worshipping, thinking about especially the K-dramas and all that. When I've seen people who have become mad about K-dramas. And to some women whom I've spoken, they've said that they kind of fill that emptiness and void, whatever they haven't got from their spouse. They look at K-dramas and feel, this is so nice, so good. Exactly. So this making you feel so good is how we learn bhakti. Gopikas have actually shown us that this is how I channel my viraha energy inside of me, which is burning. That emptiness I allow myself to feel fully so that Krishna comes and fills the cup. And there are so many instances where there is this bhakta who is called Vritrasura. It's very interesting. Vritrasura, in his poem, he says 3 levels of bhakti. Earlier when I used to speak, I never used to speak the first level of bhakti because I think I'm in the bhakti that I want is that of the first level. But now I think after I've spoken to few people, now I'm able to speak about that bhakti. The first level of bhakti is compared to that of a bird. Now, a small bird is birthed, and sometimes the mother bird will go finding prey. It may not know at what time the bird would have hatched from the egg. So sometimes the mother would not be available right next to the bird, the baby bird. The baby bird doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know where it is. It doesn't know what is the purpose. Why am I here? It always is longing for the mother. Oh my God, why am I here? Who am I? What is happening right next to me? I'm on top. I don't know what is there. It just keeps seeing, knowing nothing. It is at that state where it only longs for the mother to come. It knows nothing else. It knows only the mother. And it is constantly waiting and earning that somebody will come to take care of me. This bhakti is like the first stage of bhakti. The second stage of bhakti is where there is a calf which is tied and there is the mother cow which is tied tightly. The calf can actually loosen the thread and go to running to the mother. But the calf thinks that samsara is given, and because I'm given a life, I'm given these responsibilities, I'm given a family, I won't be able to break loose of this and come to my Amba, come to my deity. Because of which the calf keeps shouting, Amma, Amma, Amma. It keeps calling. And the mother, because the mother is tied, why the mother is tied? You know why Amba doesn't actually come and take you by herself? So that one step, if you're ready to take, we have heard this, right? If you take one step, God is willing to take 1,000 steps. What is that one step? That one step is loosening and try and run towards Amba. She will take care of you. She has given you the family. She has given you the responsibilities, the roles, everything she has given you. Won't she know how to take care of it? Won't she know how to take care of you? So she's expecting that one step that you will loosen and come to her. But we keep asking her, for this, for laukika vishangal. Like, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. But we don't go to her. We know that she is capable of giving. And just like how Kamadhenu is, we keep taking things from her. We don't go to her. We see her as Kamadhenu. We see her as Kalpavriksha. And then we stop right there. We don't go to Amba. Now, this third level of bhakti is where is said to be the highest. There is couple, lovely couple. The wife and the husband are there. The husband has to travel for some work, but the wife can actually travel with the husband, but she chooses to stay at home. And every moment of that longing for that husband to come back. Now, we are talking about a period where Vritrasuran has not seen phones. Vritrasuran has no other distractions, no other connections. Morning when she goes to cook the food, she thinks, oh, if my husband was there, I would have cooked this. He would love this. Those kind of little moments. From that tiniest of the tiniest moments, she keeps thinking about her husband. Now, this is called pativrata. Now, this concept might irritate some people when they hear about pativrata, pativratam and all that. Hey, old book. It has got so many meaning. Now, what I'm going to give you is just awareness. If you want, take it. If you don't want, please leave. Because with this awareness, now I'm not trying to guilt trip you. In Kali Yuga, what is possible is what is possible. But with this awareness, when we start seeing, that's what I was telling you about the class. When we start seeing from this awareness, it is easier for us to understand, go through the path. Now, when I said Vamachara, it's not like without an understanding, you just go mad, all out massive action, crazy, and then you end up gaining more karma. It's not about that. It is about, in Lalita Sahasranam also, there comes a name, Maha Pralaya Sakshini. Even when there is Maha Pralaya, even when all her children are dying, all of her creation is dying, she stands there as Sakshini. This is a wonderful term. When I started, I've also posted videos about communication. The first step for a non-violent communication or any kind of communication is observation. And at that point, I was obsessed with this nama. This naturally happened. It's a natural process. I didn't plan anything. Amba planned and made it in my life that way. There was a natural process through which I started observing myself. Every thought that came, okay? When you are in that observance is when you will know what is actually happening to you. And when you go deeper to understand what your feelings are, what your needs are, how your brain is so beautiful in manipulating you, these are the most intricate and beautiful things that you can start working on yourself, on why you're watching K-dramas. What is it that is pulling you? I'm talking for a sadhaka. If you're not a sadhaka, maybe this is irrelevant to you. You can live the life happily however you want and be whoever you want. But a women's sexual energy is definitely the longingness, that viraha. That is women's sexual energy. And when you do hero worship, when you do, when you kind of don't have this emptiness within you, and you try to kind of fill your cup with multiple things, multiple deities, multiple relationships, thinking about other people in your life, thinking about how that partner satisfies the wife much better, and how you feel that your partner is not good enough. So there are multiple stories you can go and know for yourself now from this perspective, how a woman's chastity has been her sexual power. Let us just take, for this instance of this video, let us just take that why women's sexual energy is the longingness. Let us just take this part alone from this video. What I'm sensing from the stories of Renuka Mata, Jamadagni and Renuka Mata, Parashurama's mother, whom Parashurama went and chopped. In the story, I'm not going to narrate the full story, please go and read. The video will be too long if I'm going to narrate every story that I'm going to share now. So, Renuka Mata used to make mud pots to collect water from the river. And it's not the typical mud pot that is dried and it is put in the clay oven and dried. It's not those kind of mud pots. She used to make the mud pot which is wet with wet sand, fill the water, and then she used to bring. The moment she sees Indra's shadow and she feels, Wow, look at the shadow. If the shadow is so beautiful, how beautiful will he be? That thought broke the Pativratyam. She was not able to make the pot. The regular pot with wet sand that he used to make to collect the water, she was not able to make it that day. That powerful is a woman's chastity, which is her sexual energy. Okay, now another example. So, we know the story of Tulasi and how the most painful story of Shalagrama and Tulasi. Recently, Tulasi Kalyanam was also going on. So, in Tulasi's story also, how she empowers this Asuran through her chastity, and why Mahavishnu is coming to break her chastity. Mahavishnu himself is coming to break that chastity. Again, proven that a woman's sexual energy is her longingness for the person whom she is in love with. It is the heart for a woman, not only. So you all know this, right? As a woman, in your body would have experienced that without love, it is not possible to give our sexual energy to anybody. So only when the heart blooms, the sexual energy blooms. Only when that heart feels that love, sexual energy opens up, sexual urge opens up. So it is the heart. It is first here that it has to bloom. So that chastity, that viraha. So with that chastity has to come that viraha. So while we were talking about Vritrasura, sorry for deviating. While we were talking about Vritrasura, he says that is the most highest state where a woman, even the tiniest of her day, she thinks about the missing husband. Oh, when will he come? When will he come? When will he come? That longing is what is how a bhakta has to be towards the deity. So when Vritrasura dies and goes, Mahavishnu comes and says, I will give you mukti, I will give you salvation. You can be with me all the time. You know what he says? No, I don't want it. I want to feel this viraha, the separation, because this separation is more pleasurable than when you come. This even Gopikas say. That's why when Krishna leaves Mathura, when Krishna leaves Vrindavan for Mathura, Gopikas, I think there is a part where Krishna again comes back, and then Gopikas say, now in our imagination, it is more empowered in our imagination that we keep thinking about you, that actually when you are here, Krishna, we are not enjoying it. You know, in our imagination and in our viraha, that viraha gives us more beautiful understanding because it is personalized. But when I see you, I don't get that personal satisfaction. This, even to the deity, Krishna is Kali, even to deity, this thing is there. So chastity, that viraha is so important, and that is the sexual power for a woman. Again, one more story, Ahalya. So in Ahalya's story, it is not just that viraha. So the aim of Indra is to break the vrata of Ahalya and Gautamar. Now, my Guru, His Holiness Shri Shri Muralidhara Swamigal, he says that there is a specific marker that is placed in case of Ahalya. Because when we think about the Panchakanya, every morning, women who has to empower themselves with chastity, it is told that in our Shastras to pray these Panchakanyas to get their strength and agility. Out of them, the first is Ahalya. So why is Ahalya kept at that standards? For the sake of Ramayana, Ahalya had to go through that curse because she was a lesson for all of us. And if in case you are suffering from guilt, shame or fear of some traumas that has happened in your life, the chanting of Rama Nama, the seed Ra is actually Agni Aksharam. Ram is Agni Aksharam. What it does is it purifies and cleanses you. Now I'm saying, why should it purify and cleanse you? I'm not saying from the perspective that you are impure. I'm saying from the perspective that if you are suffering from guilt, shame and fear, okay, these are the emotions which will pull you down. Now when we say that Kundalini rising, okay, when that is happening, these emotions will not let your Kundalini to rise. If you are feeling shameful about you, if you are feeling that you are dirty and you are impure and you are lurking in that emotions, that is not going to help you to rise. So why Lalitambika is almost called Rajas, okay? When a person is lurking, he definitely needs someone someone's help, some helping hand to come and pull him. That energy is actually rajas. So I have also observed this small point even in my own journey, and I've seen very visibly in few people. They will have these negative emotions that are there in them, that I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, I'm not lovable. These emotions are, when it is there, and suddenly when they are transcending, I have observed that they will become arrogant to such an extent that they will demean people who have helped them. They will not have that karunyam towards others. That sudden splurge of energy puts them in rajas. So it is better. And now, when you have heard this information that I have shared, this will be like an observation for you. When you observe that this is happening in your life, now be conscious that it is that rajas energy. It has helped you from being the lowest of yourself to push you and come up, but it doesn't mean that you can put others down. So that rajas has to settle down to tamas. So Gurunatha often means that lot of kili. Gurunatha often mentions that when Lalita Tripura Sundari was waning off her energy because of so much of rajas, she goes and asks Mahashambhu and Mahakala Bhairava. At that point, he gives the Kakara Sahasra Namavali, which is tamasic, Kali's Nama. So Kakara Sahasra Kalika's Namavali, which puts her in tamas, and then she stops her energy from waning. So traversing between the three gunas, Trigunatmika, is very important. So I think I've traversed through so many topics now, I don't know where to start. So Vritrasuran, he says that longing is what is so beautiful. And typically, like Vritrasuran, so many people have asked for longing. That this separation, this beautiful separation, is what is more lovable than being in union with the God himself, the God herself to me. So, of course, when I was listening to the story, I just decided, oh my God, if I had asked for viraha, if the deity has come and said, come, I will give you mukti, and I have foolishly asked for viraha, enough. Now I am at a state where no, I want that deity, I want that deity, and I want that deity. I don't want to feel that viraha anymore. That viraha is killing me. I'll give you an example what happened. So this has happened before also when I was very young, and I was probably in my college first year. I had gone to satsang, and this happened now also when I had gone to attend the satsang in Bangalore, Gurunatha satsang. So after you attend satsang, you feel that is where is your home, that is where you belong. Beautiful revelations happen, so much of fun moments, so much of esoteric things that are going on, and you meet your friends whom you feel more connected to. You can share a lot of information with them. You feel so heard, you feel so understood, you don't feel aloof, you don't feel neglected, you don't feel like an out of space person, right? You feel so much home inside a satsang. And after the satsang, everybody had their own plans, and I had to come back to house, and it was very alone time for me. Immediately I was like, no, this is so painful. Satsang is what I want, satsang is what is my life. But my observation and my brain is telling me that this is normal. We have accepted that part. We have to accept this part as well. We have accepted satsang. Now let us relinquish and relish all those beautiful moments that we have enjoyed there. But then there is this vacuum. There is this emptiness, and then I'm like, no. I want this to be filled with something. So I keep on going and asking my friends that if I can join them. My friends in the satsang, the fellow sadhakas, if I can join them. And this, I remember it happened when I was in my college as well. I was crying at that point. Here, I was on the verge of crying, but I was not able to cry suddenly. For me, now, probably after 15-20 years, now it is in a stage where I'm able to observe what is happening to me, but I'm not able to embody. So I keep texting Gurunatha, what is happening? I'm feeling so empty. I know, the concepts are there in my head. I felt like Rahu. The concepts are there in the head. There is no body to digest, process, and embody. There is no embodiment. And Gurunatha is like, you have responsibilities. You have to go. And I'm like, no, I know all that. but I'm not able to allow myself to um, feel that vacuum. This is what I did. So immediately after coming back, I texted Gurunatha, I texted my fellow sadhakas, I texted whom all I could to fill that emptiness. The reason why I'm sharing this is by sharing real life events, you'll know how to observe and the mistake that I did there. I immediately called my husband. My husband is also a person who talks to me about a lot of spiritual stuff, and including my dreams. I generally tell him a lot whatever is happening in my day. I generally share with him. Immediately I called him and I said, see, this is what is happening, Vishwajan. I'm feeling so lonely. I'm not able to take this. I just loved how it was so beautiful in the satsang, how I felt understood, how I felt nourished, how I felt cherished. There was a lot of fat moments and a lot of talking about Amba, and that is where I want to be there. Now I feel like I'm alone. There's nobody here. I can't take this emptiness. The mistake I did was, rather than connecting to the deity, I connected to the phone, I connected to 10 people, and what could have been so transformative that day? Because the viraha was so high, like the I can't even put it in words. That emptiness was so high that had I channeled it towards the deity, even sakshatkar would have been possible. It was to that extent, that powerful. The satsang was so powerful. This is a mistake that we do. So when we try to fill that emptiness with food, with people, with luxuries, we lack that viraha, that agni. It has to burn. Only when burns, Amba comes. Chitagni kunda samputa deva karya samudyata. It has to burn. So the beautiful understanding from here is one. I think this is how I like to conclude. So there's also one beautiful example about the power of thought that we hold. Because I had also told you about how important it is. Like sometimes we think about few people and, hero worship and all that stuff we do. So what happens when we are not chaste enough, thinking about so many other people in our lives and empowering them? You are actually giving your Shakti to that person. It's like your protective aura is and if we are unknowingly doing this, your kavacham is going to break. For a woman, the kavacham has to be the heart and her chastity and how pure she thinks. So when it comes to chastity, it is about Anusuya. Atri Anusuya. Please go and study about her story, about her chastity. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara came and tested Anusuya. So please go and read if that could be given as a exercise for watching this video. So the power of thought. So you would have heard about this 24 gurus who are Avaduta. In Srimad Bhagavatam, he says that there are 24 gurus to me, and he stops with this example. So a wasp picks up a bug, okay, from the plant. Wasps also protect the ecosystem in its own way. So what a wasp does, it picks up a worm and it puts in its wormhole, in the hole that it creates. That wasp's house we would have seen in our buildings. It creates a house made out of mud. So a wasp puts a bug inside its house and it stings. Wasp sting is very painful. It's very painful. That bug remembers this pain, and every time the buzzing sound of its wings come, it gets into that traumatized state. To such an extent, the bug inside is only thinking about when this wasp is going to come and kill. The wasp doesn't kill the bug. It only puts the bug and kind of gives that trauma. When we are talking about Ahalya, this is one such moment where some people, when in their life that trauma is given to such an extent, that trauma becomes the stepping stone on which all their, I told you, right? Shame, guilt, fear. So those are the beautiful emotions of your trauma. If you are putting all that and surrendering to your divine feminine form, which is our womb, which is nothing but the earth energy. If you are connecting so well to earth energy, what does earth do? You put all the bio waste inside earth. It makes them into beautiful manure. In fact, I've made a painting about this. It was a beautiful exercise. And mix it as manure. So your negative emotions, what this wasp does is it goes and stings, and after a point, because of this fear and thinking about this wasp, the power of thought, that bug gets transformed into some creature with wings. It need not be a wasp, but that bug gets transformed with wings and flies out of the cage. How beautiful is Srishti? We think wasp as something that is very, when the wasp spirit comes, something that is very bad. Our traumas have got so much. So when we say in Kali Yuga things are going out of control and everything is so bad and harmful, I think it's like this wasp energy. And that's where Avaduta kind of finishes that there are 24 gurus to him, and the last one is kind of that wasp. So sometimes I feel how our traumas and our constant fear towards what had happened, though we are not supposed to be a bug with some wings, we develop wings and we fly because of the fear, because of the trauma. That was such a revelation, and it was so beautiful. So the power of your thought, this. Now, when you connect the messages from the beginning that I have been giving you, you'll be able to get an idea. That's what I'm trying to sense. So this viraha, keep it in your heart. That is the most transcending sexual energy for a woman. For a woman, the sexual energy is in the heart, and it is that viraha. That virahagni will only bring you closer to the deity. If you are trying to fill it with all the... so next, Rajashamla is going to come, and next is about how Shakti Chainyam is going to empower us. The Antarbahir concepts that I had shared in the earlier video, Lalitambika video. So we are going to definitely discuss about how Shakti Sena is built, who are these Shakti Senas, and how we can empower ourselves in our day-to-day lives while living in Kali Yuga, how it is relevant even today. So that is going to be about in the next video. And Rasam is happening, suddenly Krishna goes off and he comes back. Now just before all the concepts all had come, like 3-4 days, and I wanted to ask Gurunatha, I'm going to talk about this, I need your help. Suddenly this book showed up. Okay, and I randomly opened a page. I did not even see what page I was holding. I just randomly opened a page, and it was about Rasa Leela in daily life. Okay, so I have... of course, if you are watching my video, you should definitely know him. You would have watched his video. But for those probably who don't know who my Gurunatha is and what video he had put on Rasa Leela, he says, in your life, there will be people who will come into your life suddenly out of nowhere through Amba's Kripa. They enter your life, they give you that rasa which you are lacking in your life. For example, you did not have... you are going through a very tough time in your life, and you do not have a partner who can listen to you, a partner who will understand you. Someone in your life randomly comes in and shares that part of you. So many times it has happened in my life, and especially when I was in non-violent communication NVC, we were running this organization where it is called Empathy Buddy. Okay, I couldn't do this role at all because it was exhaustive for me to be the person who can listen to someone else. That's when Gurunatha's video made a lot of sense, that Amba sends someone to match your energy and their energy. So if something in your life, if there is an empty Garbhagraha that is placed, it is like Krishna coming and filling that space to you. So for every gopi, there is Krishna, which means Amba tries to come and fill in that aspect in your life that you lack. For example, suddenly if you lack, if you have a boy and you lack that experience of having a girl child, someone in your life will come and fill that gap. And that someone, you take it as Amba. You don't attach yourself physically and say, I will be your mother. As long as it comes, take the rasa, feel fulfilled, and then go to the next, next emotion that is empty in you. Don't keep longing for that same person. That's how Krishna says, if you think I belong to you, I'm not going to go. I belong to no one. But Amba is not saying that to us. She's saying, while it is Rasa Leela, she is saying, and especially after he goes, all the gopikas, they don't go and eat outside. They don't go and fill that emptiness, thinking about other unwanted things, talking to other gopikas about how Krishna cheated them. They did not do that. They focused all their energy and they said, "Oh my God, it was my mistake. Krishna, please come. We miss seeing that beautiful face of you, which is like the dark blue sky. And when you bring the cows back from the forest, all the dirt, that mud, it gets stuck to your face and it gives you a golden glow to your face. We miss seeing that, Krishna. When you come back, I will place your padam in my heart. One Gopika says, I will place your hand, has to be on my head. So that is how that bhavam is built. They are only focusing on deity. You are only focusing on, if you are there, I would have done this. When you are there, we miss seeing you in this. We miss seeing you in that. The focus is only about the deity. When you are not here, how I will be with you. When you are, how I miss you. How much everyday things we see you. How much we relish your presence. It is about that. It is not about filling your cup with something else, someone else, and getting in entanglement with them. So, whenever people are coming into your life, Gurunatha always says, I see every woman as Devi walking in, kind of trying to give what they want, a message that comes to them. So, the other day when I was also mentioning that my maid came and said, Ma, I don't understand English. Please give it in Tamil. Generally, I'm seeing things from how Mahans have actually got it. While talking about Mahans. So, Bangaru Kamakshi was the primary deity that was worshipped by Shama Shastri, one of the musical trinities. If you are watching my video, you know about all of them. Musical trinity, Shama Shastri. He was singing only to Kamakshi, Bangaru Kamakshi, the first Adi Kamakshi that had come, who is in the golden vigraha. That's why Bangaru is gold. So, Shama Shastri did not even teach his own children the songs. He was not interested in world fame. He was not interested to write the songs, teach them to children, and through that have a lineage of students who will sing his songs. He was not interested in any of that. His primary focus was his deity. In fact, his own children he had sent to Tyagaraja to learn music from. So suddenly, one day, people from Madurai had come and said, wow, Kamakshi is so blessed. She keeps to listen to these beautiful songs that you sing. I hope you are able to come and sing in praise of our Meenakshi as well. Now, these Mahans, they don't take these messages as some random messages, just human beings speaking. They take it as Devi coming and talking to them. So immediately, he just turns to them and he says, Meenakshi is calling me, I will come there and I will sing. And he makes beautiful songs on Lord Meenakshi, especially my most favorite one among all of them is this one in Ahiri, where he has sung 4 songs. This is the 5th song, Meenakshi 5, Raja Shyamala. And this 5th song he says, Ma, I have no one, please come and talk to me. And I love this Baba. How you call the deity with such strength. He says, Tiramani nammiti ni. I don't have anyone else other than you. So please come. I'm so strong. I so strongly believe in you that you are the only one who can come. And how have you come? Karuna chudave katyayani kalika bhavani parameshwari sundara surani balamba maduravani mayamma anine పిలచితే మాట్లాడ రాదా. Would you come to speak with me? I'm your little daughter, I'm your little son. Will you not come and speak with me? Nyayama Meenakshi the moment he says, Meenakshi Amba gives him a kachi. I hope she gives me also one day. నీకిది నిన్ను వినా వేరేదికెవరున్నారు. He sings only about Kamakshi, but because Meenakshi had come and called him Pashankusha, she took him towards her, and this song was about Meenakshi. The moment he says Nyayama Meenakshi, she immediately gives a darshan to Shyama Shastri, and then he says Ninnu Vina Vere Dikkevaremma Madura Vani. So about Madurai, he has sung a song. So with this, we are concluding this video, and Rasa Leela, how you understand the roles that deity plays in our life, how your heart chakra has to be protected, that chastity has to be held, that has to be turned into viraha. Only then the deity will come and sit. This is the heart center. Rajashyamala is the ruler of the heart, ruler of Mantrini. Why she is called Mantrini, we will see all that in the next video. Like I promised earlier, this is about Rasa Leela. Samudra Manthan. The Manthan is happening within me. For almost 4 years, that concept has been brewing in my head, and new stuff keeps adding on to it. And I'm like, wow, this is more informative. I will get more information. I think for the past 4 years, I've been collecting information for this beautiful video. And the more I sit and think about it, the more information is coming, and I don't feel ready to still reveal that video. That there needs to be a lot of clarity and processing. And I sense now, while recording this video, so many thoughts had come. I don't know how I'm going to cut and paste it as well. Anyways, have a lovely Rasa Purnima, and may the deity shower their blessings. May our viraha grow so beautiful that the deity comes and sits inside us. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Krishna. Jai Gurubhyo Namah.